last time I saw my dad, he came to Spokane, just a sporadic visit, and we came to a diner like this. And he said, I have something to tell you, but if I tell you, you'll tell the authorities, you'll tell the police. And then my stomach started to get upset. I knew that our relationship was going towards marriage, and I thought, well, this is something that he's gonna need to know.
My guess is that you have a very vivid memory of telling Sam.
I said, hey, you always ask me, who my father is. I want you to know that he's in prison. And then I said, he's a serial killer. He put on the face that it didn't bother him.
I just loved her so much that I wasn't concerned about it. My parents just wanted the best for me, and unfortunately it didn't come off that way. And I don't think they fully understood how much I loved my wife at the time, so.
What makes you emotional?
My parents love Melissa now, and I knew they would, so she's just so amazing, and I knew that they would see what I saw.
But a cloud hung over this blissful family, a nagging fear. Does the urge to kill run in families?
I used to be afraid my son might have characteristics or DNA that would prove that he is capable of being a sociopath like my dad. But then I realized by doing research that there's never been a case where a serial killer begot another serial killer. So far, there's no link of genetics, and that is what gives me peace.
But as the Moores were settling into a normal life, letters continued arriving from her father, begging her to visit him in prison. It had been 10 years since Melissa last saw him, and it seemed those letters were finally beginning to wear her down.
I was kind of curious to see if I saw my dad, would he look like what I remembered him looking like? Or would I see him as the convicted serial killer?
Though Melissa and Sam brought along their then 4-year-old daughter and infant son, they say they never intended for them to see their grandfather behind bars. They were told there was a child care center on the premises, a place they thought the children could wait safely. But it wasn't what they thought.
There was a child center there, but the child center was where children could play with their parents that are imprisoned. And there were armed guards, and I then realized that we were going to meet my wife's father in person.
At first glance, a typical family snapshot, but it's actually a prison-issued photo op. Behind the forced smiles, Melissa and Sam were horrified.
And the whole time, I watched his interaction with Melissa, and I know what he is, I know what he's done, and I saw how it could be so confusing.